happening, everybody? Just gonna wait just another minute here. Flex is gonna be jumping on shortly, and we're trying to get as many people as we can up here in the chat. Drop something in the comments. Let us know you're watching, where you're watching from. Let's see. Let's see if Flex. There we go. Give me just a minute here, Flex. I'm not sure why. I thought I just sent you the link before I started here. There we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's happening?
Freeman, Dro TV, man.
Back at it for another year, another round.
Another year, another round. I see we have some people in the chat right here. Some people already tuned in. Big shout out to everybody watching, taking the time to come check me out here in an interview with the champ season 2.
That's it. I don't know why, but I'm on a delay in the headphones here. Are you getting a delay at all?
No, not on my end. I hear you just as you're coming through.
Let's see here. I'm going to shut the headphones off and turn them back on. That might be the... You can hear me all right?
Oh, I could definitely hear you still.
All right. I'm trying to put the headphones back in, so...
Yo, what's up to everybody in here? I see my boy Evans in the building. Big Easy, what's up? YouTube Live doesn't really show who's in the channel, man. So please type in here, man, so I can show you some love, man. I appreciate you guys just tuning in.
Yeah, shout outs to Evan and anybody else that is joining the live. Please drop a comment down below so we know you're watching, and let us know where you're tuned in from. We're about to get into it with StonerBro Flex. Interview with the Champ, Season 2, the wrap-up of 2023. I guess we can start, Flex.
Yes.
With, for those that maybe didn't check out 2022, they can go back on the Dro TV YouTube channel and check out the 5-part interview series we did with Interview with the Champ. But,
yes.
How about just a quick recap of 2022 that led us up to 23?
Yes, let's do it, man. Let's get right into it. I'm ready.
So 2002 was, shout outs to Big Heads Official tuned in. Yo, what's good?
That's my best friend right there. I appreciate it, man. Let's get the shout outs out the way real quick before we get started here, because that way we don't have to interrupt.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Big Heads Official. That is my best friend, man. 30 plus years. I love that kid to death, man. I don't have any brothers and sisters, man. That is my true brother right there. I love him, man. And of course, Evan, I see Erickson here as well. Big shout out to you. We'll get right into it, man. Let's do it. We'll save some questions. I know you'll ask them if they have some questions, and we'll answer them then whenever you're ready. Let's get it.
Yeah, so 2022, tumultuous year. We did the interview to wrap up 2022. Anything from 2022 that we need to touch on, carry over, or at least bring into 2023 with us, or are we just moving forward, baby?
To be honest, man, one of the last things that you had asked was, what happens from here, Flex? And I said, yo, when you say cut, it's all over, man. And I feel like when you said cut, I stuck to my word of that interview, and I have moved on. I'm not going to say that I haven't heard stuff out of some of those camps here and there, but to be honest with you, man, nothing in a long time. I don't even see any of those people anymore. They're not even on the scene. So
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, especially in this game, people kind of come and go. Jordan TV's taking a little bit of a break. So, um, to kind of speak on your longevity in this game. I know you took a break at some point yourself, but back and bigger than ever. So let's get into 24.
yeah, let's do it, man. I am so ready. I am so ready. Let's do it, guys.
So Flex, this is live, but if somebody catches this interview, let's say tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, why don't you let the folks that are watching know a little bit about yourself, your background, your rapid transformation, and how you became StonerBro Flex.
All right, man. I do have a lot of people that do tune in now, but for the people who don't know me, I'm just a normal human, just like everybody else, man. I've suffered through some trauma in life, various traumas that have affected me. I'm a patient here. I suffer from PTSD, anxiety, insomnia, and body dysmorphia are the things that I'm treated for here as a patient. And my biggest thing here is just a motivator. I'm somebody that who inspires. I have a degree in addictions counseling, so I help humans, man. I try to help save lives. I've also lost 200 pounds. For those who don't know me, I used to be 400 pounds, and I am down to 200 pounds. So I'm just here doing fitness. And basically just trying to teach people, man, that you can do anything that you put your mind to. You know what I mean? You just got to believe in yourself.
100% great words to live by, and read any self-help book, and a lot of those authors will tell you just put your mind to it and stay motivated, and you can make things happen that you didn't think maybe could happen.
No, definitely. And, I always didn't have that mentality. I didn't always think like that. And it wasn't until, I had certain situations in life that affected me, and just really just experiencing those learning lessons is where I really started to grow just as a person. So,
That's what's up. So we're going to start the year with Liberty Health Sciences and Air Wellness.
yes, man, I almost think that I waited all year just for this segment of interview with the champ, right? And for the people that are just now tuning in, this came about. This is just a wrap up of my year, man. I just talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. From my perspective, things that happened to me personally. Um, so it's just a recap, but Liberty Health Sciences, as you know from last season, man, I was an influencer for them. I was their biggest influencer. Like, it's no secret, man. I literally helped bring those guys back to life. Um, they had reached out to us because they had problems getting patients into the stores. They had put out some bad products. They were getting beat up online, I believe moldy products, possibly, whatever it was. They had issues with products. Patients weren't going in the stores. Uh, they just weren't doing good business wise. So if you follow along, they reached out to Stoner Girl Tay. It was strictly a Stoner Girls thing, but she said, "Hey, Flex, you want me to see if we get the Stoner Bro in there?" And that's how I got the deal with Liberty Health Sciences. So just a little bit of the backstory there. Um, so yes, me and my friends came in there. We literally brought them back to life. And man, in the beginning, it was we were on this whirlwind. I had such an amazing time with them. But as you could see here from this interview, things change. So
The good turned to the bad, and did it didn't really get ugly, right? Just kind of amicable.
it was amicable. I'm not gonna get up here and say, I made a lot of beautiful friends from Liberty Health Sciences. You know what I mean? There are a lot of beautiful employees. A lot of them no longer work there, but there are still some left. And they were just beautiful humans, and I'm still friends with a lot of these guys. I still visit them. Some of them have moved on to other dispensaries. And I go out there, man. I go out there. I was just at someone's grand opening at another dispensary, just to show support, because these people have supported me along the way. So it's not an issue, with the people of Air. It's obviously, things from behind the scenes. And honestly, uh, they did us pretty dirty. Uh, definitely, I'm going to say the biggest disappointment of the whole entire year, Liberty Health Sciences.
So Liberty Health Sciences was bought out by Air Wellness, correct?
Yes.
Now, did that you think played any role in how things, shook out?
Uh, I mean, sure. I've been around a long time. I've seen companies come in and buy out other companies. When the bigger companies come and purchase, you know how it goes, man. They come in, they got to make it their way. There's a lot of change going on. Sometimes too much change at once, and the people that are inside. That are trying to run, man, maybe they're just not equipped to handle that much change at once. You know what I mean? So, of course, man, you're always going to have a lot of mistakes and mess ups, and it was definitely messy towards the end of my reign there. Um, they did a lot of stuff that just wasn't right. To the point, right around the holidays time, I stopped at a Liberty Health Sciences, man, to pick up some big peach treats because I still rock with them. And some of the employees saw me that I helped open that particular store, and they said, "Oh man, Flex, you know, Liberty Health did you so dirty." And I hear that from lots of the employees that are no longer there. I still hear that from employees that are still there. So it's just a testament, uh, to the type, to the way that they had treated not just me, but a couple other influencers, man, that really helped them grow this second time around. So,
And they basically just cut everybody off, right?
well, they cut a couple of us off. And there was problems before that, because Interview with the Champ, when we ended off last year, it was almost Christmas time, I believe.
Yep.
I had just come back from New Jersey with Air Wellness. I was out there at Air Wellness in New Jersey. I just got this beautiful grow tour of both of their facilities. And big shout out to my Jersey Air family. I am not disappointed with Air. Oh man, I want to be clear on this. I am disappointed with Air Florida. you know. Um, but yeah, so we finished off the year. I had to grow. New year comes around, man. I'm pretty much Air Flex. I'm like Air Flex, like the Jordan symbol. Holding the company on my back as far as influencers go. And then the new year came around. A lot of the good people that originally started, they started leaving one by one. The original group that I started with, who were in charge, one by one, they started disappearing. And when January had come around, it was hard going to those grand openings, man. The dynamics were just not the same. They had a lot of new people, man. People really didn't know what was going on. And definitely the way that I was treated was changed. I can't speak for anybody else. I do know when it was all said and done, there were a couple patients that really went above and beyond as their influencers, man, that just got kicked to the curb, and they spent time crying and upset. And that just wasn't right, you know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, cost of doing business, but it seems like these larger corporations, they comes down to the bottom line. That's pretty much it. So shout out to Stay Lifted Events, Scotty G checking in. What up, Scotty G? I know we weren't going to do shout outs, but I do appreciate everybody tuning in, and want to make sure that Crazy Legs also up in the chat. So you guys know what the deal is. This is Interview with the Champ Season 2, wrapping up 2023. So, Air Wellness, Florida, happened. That can happen at any corporation, but you keep going, you keep flexing, let's say.
Well,
And
go ahead.
I was going to bring up the 420 event that
Well,
you
before we get to
emceed.
that, but listen, before we move on from the air wellness thing, I just want to say a couple things, because they hurt my feelings, man. They really did. I did so much for that company. I don't have to go through all of the stuff that I did for them. The people saw it here. You can go back through some of my content. You could see what I did for them. I always went above and beyond for them. And towards the end, they were supposed to, hey, we're an influencer. We have this package coming up. You do your part. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you this, And then what happens was we would do our part. When it came time to give this, something from this was missing. Something from this wasn't always complete. Every appearance that I made with them, I was supposed to get points, to go towards medicine, man. There was always problems with my points. It was getting very frustrating. The other frustrating thing with them was, human resource reached out. Hey, Flex, we got a job for you. We want to give you an interview, and I went on this one interview. We love you, man. We're going to give you a second interview. When the second interview came around, man, not only, man, they really tried to get me with this one, man. When the second interview came around, they had added way more to the job responsibilities. I'm talking way more to the job responsibilities, and no extra anything, man. So they wanted to pay me what they originally were talking about for like a one-person job. Then second time around, so it was just like, man, they really tried to bamboozle me. I didn't take the job, and thankfully I didn't, because the poor girl that took that job, like 3 months later, they eliminated the position and sent her packing on the unemployment line. So it was like, it was just a bunch of dirty stuff, so if you guys are watching Liberty Health Sciences, Air Wellness, man, if you guys are watching, I just want to say this. When you guys are using us patients, right? Because we're patients, we have emotions, we have feelings, all right? And we're going above and beyond to make your products look better than what they truly are. And specifically that place. Because if you look back now, right, if you walk into one of their places right now, it's nothing what it was when we were running it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shell of its former self. And they definitely could be doing a lot better right now. So in the future, when you're using influencers, patients, be a little more mindful of our feelings. Don't pick us up and play with us like the brand new toy. And, because certain things happen within you, just toss people to the sides. Like me, I'm strong, I can handle it. But for my other friends, man, that maybe their mental issues are a little more severe. You left some of my friends sad, depressed, and crying, and that's just not right. So, in the future, make sure you guys fix that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we talked about that part of it, because it's important for an executive or somebody up high in their wellness, for them to hear that, because they might have never even heard that before. They might just be so in their bubble where they're at. They're not down on the street level. So
I don't like dropping people's names. I'm going to drop her name. My friend Chocolate Dip Celery. You've interviewed her on Dro TV my first time, man. One of the sweetest girls on this whole entire planet. This girl was actually an influencer for them before I even came aboard. Every time we went to a grand opening, this girl brought these beautiful hand painted paintings that she did. It was one of their products or just something related to the store. Like they never even reposted the girl. They never even showed her love like that. You know what I'm saying? That girl
Mm.
put her whole soul into Liberty Health Sciences, and then when they got bought out, they just kicked her to the curb like she was a nothing. You know, and that's disgusting. And you know, I'm not going to sit here and try to beat up on them a whole lot again. I love Air Wellness. I have lots of friends there, man. I'm just talking particularly about Florida, this Florida part of it. You know, they definitely need to make changes, especially in their marketing department.
Yeah, management's got to step it up.
Yeah. So now we can move on, man. I feel like I got that off my chest. Hopefully, I didn't ramble too much, man. But you know, because I was angry about it. You know, I
For
gave
sure.
them
Yeah.
so much, man, and you know, I felt like a sucker. I felt like a sucker because they never came through with what they were supposed to. But again, in the end, man, it's not about me. You know, I don't care if I get it, I don't get it. For me, it's about the people and the patients. You know, and at that time, I felt like that place was good for people and patients. And of course, that was until they showed their true colors, man. And it's probably a little bit of the karma that they have going on right now, man. Because I don't see anybody on my timeline saying, "Hey, run out and go get this haze concentrate for $15." Like nobody wants that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what little of a free market we do have left. I mean, people have options now. When there was two dispensaries, you could only go to one or two dispensaries to get your medicine. But there's a lot more dispensaries now. There's a lot more options. So if you want to ride with so and so and use their product, go right ahead. But now Cookies is in town. Now there's new names, new brands, and the market's expanding. So you can either be solely focused on profit and how can we make a buck, or what type of culture are you trying to build within a company. And when you have influencers who love the brand, when you have employees who love the brand, when you have customers who love the brand, and then you slowly start from an ownership or an executive level, completely just write all those things off to focus on that bottom line.
Yeah.
They should pay a price for it, and maybe they will. We'll see what happens. Maybe they turn it around. Maybe things change. But um,
You know, the crazy part about it, Mike, is that Air Florida blocked me. I didn't even, you know, it didn't even warrant a block, man. Everything I gave those guys, you know, the marketing team was a little butthurt. You know, I didn't even say anything. I didn't even tell them off, you know, like most people would have, you know. All I said was a simple statement. Hey, in the future, you need to, if you're using patients to do your market and influence, you need to be a little better about it, man. And they got butthurt about that and blocked me after all I gave them, man. Like we literally scraped them off the ground and brought them back to life and brought those patients into the door and made them popular again. You know, they definitely should have been a little more respectful to me and my friends in our craft and the value that we bring here.
yeah, well, the word gets out. It's not like it was before, when if you weren't on TV, radio, or in the newspaper, then nobody knew, and it was a lot easier for corporations to control those things. Now everybody's got a voice. Everybody's got social media. So uh, maybe they just haven't caught up with the times yet. But um, I think I think it's safe to say we've talked about air wellness
We
enough.
have, man. I'm ready to move on. It's over. Next.
The 420 event, downtown Orlando, Ace Cafe. Uh, you hooked it up. You brought Drove TV into the VIP. You were the MC of the event. Uh, let's talk about this event, because it was. I think it was a pretty damn good event for first time down at the Ace Cafe.
Oh man, that was a big event for me as well because it was the first time I really was able to step outside of the weed community, and now I'm connecting at Ace Cafe, which isn't just some small place, man. That was a big place. You saw how many people were there.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying just for the event alone. That place is just big on itself, on its own. So, for me, that was like one of the first big moments of the year because it was like, yes, man, I'm finally getting to do what I'm built to do. I'm here to rock the crowd.
Right.
So
Yeah, that was a dope event. Lots of great vendors. Had the wrestling,
wrestling was
uh,
going on.
the whole VIP section, multiple DJs, and that thing went. I don't know what time it got over 11 o'clock or something, but it was lit the whole time. There were people there having a great time the whole time. Um, so I don't know anything we haven't touched on about the 420 event.
No, the 420 event was a great time again. My first time. Not just that, but cookies had just come around. So, and we're going to talk more about Canna Earth Fest, man, because we had some issues with them later on, which will take us into other stuff. Uh, but again, it was a great moment for me. Cookies signed on at the last minute, which really shocked me. Because Cookies never signs on to anything, at least at that point. They were still fairly new here. And that was just an added bonus because if you go back and watch season one, I have a story about Cookies as well that didn't end good when they first got here the year before. So it was awesome.
No doubt. So following that event was Lake Ivanhoe. Is that what it was? Or was it just Ivanhoe event? Is it Lake
No,
Ivanhoe?
no, no, no. It was Ivanhoe Brewery.
Ivanhoe Brewery. Okay.
Yes. So it's a brewery downtown Orlando. And this was the same creators of Canna Earth Fest. So now we're just going to get into the story.
Okay.
One of the biggest beefs that I've had this year wasn't really a beef, but the only real beef that I got into this year was with the people behind the Canna Earth Fest thing. Um, the 420 event. I met this girl behind the scenes on a Facebook vendor group. Right, nobody's like nobody's. They had no connects to this industry. They had no friends. They didn't know not one person that I knew. And last year I told you next year I'm not going to partner with anybody, you know, and I pretty much kept my word about that, except for this one time. I find this girl, she's trying to throw events. Uh, I actually thought it was a scam, like one of those Facebook scams, like, man, is this girl just trying to like get money and like scam people? Because they do that on Facebook a lot. So this girl was like, well, why don't you meet me down at Ace Cafe? So I go down there and she walks me through and she shows me her vision. And I said, yo, this is beautiful. Nobody from my community is even involved or knows about this. So that even makes it that much better. I don't got to worry about some of the scumbags that I dealt with, prior. And I'm going to help build this up with her from the ground up and make something super big. So when it happened on 420 and that was super big, I was like, yes, I did it. I finally partnered up with somebody. It was super successful. And then the second event comes around Ivanhoe Brewery, and things were just different at that point. You know, I was doing a lot of the promo work. The girl behind the scenes, I'm doing a lot of the promo work, doing what I do. You know what I mean? The communication wasn't the same as it was for the first event. She's supposed to be meeting up with me certain times to do stuff. The girl's showing up late every time. And I'm not just talking about 10 minutes late, 15, 20 minutes late. Like this girl has me waiting for an hour sometimes, man, just outside standing around like my time's not valuable. You
Sure.
understand what I'm saying? Up until then, I hadn't gotten paid because the 420 event, it was like, yo, this is a new event. I know you don't really have that much startup. I'm gonna rock this one with you for free. Next event, yes, I'll take care of you. All right, I got you, Flex. No problem. So this event comes around. That's not what was happening. Certain things happened that day at the event that were a little bit shady, money involved. Towards the end of the night, I'm sitting there having a conversation with her, and one of the vendors comes up and actually says, "Girl, You charged the doctor way too much money. That's why the other doctor left on you. Like, I didn't even know none of this. So
Hmm.
now I'm looking at her like, yo, it's already shady. So a couple other incidents happened. And at that point, man, I said, yo, F these people. I'm done with them. James from Stay Lifted, he's in this chat right now. He was one of the vendors. That's where I met this guy, James, at Stay Lifted. He was at that event. He came up to me, what's going on here? This is bullshit. F these people. And that's what it was. It was F these people. So I met up with the girl, conversation. I tried to school her and say, hey, you did this, you did that. You know, I try to be a cool dude, try to school her to the game. Um, she didn't do anything that she was supposed to, man. So that was it for us. You know, I just immediately severed the ties to the friendship and we moved on. Then she comes out with the new Canna Earth Fest, the one that Scotty G was a part of down here. Scotty G, man. Uh, that was one of the deadest events in the whole entire world. And I was trying to tell people beforehand, like, yo, don't rock with them, man. They're scam artists. You know what I mean? In my opinion, they're scam artists. This is what they did to me. And then slowly, I started seeing all these people start sponsoring this Canna Earth event at Lake Eola. And man, uh, it was a little hurtful, man, seeing my friends joining in on that, you know, especially when I told them what happened. You know, I was trying to warn people, man, they're not good business people.
Hmm. So what was the
So,
fallout from Lake Eola? Was it a bust?
oh, the party was a bust, man. Yo, listen, the girl behind Canna Earth Fest 420, the girl behind Canna Earth Fest 420 bombed the Ivanhoe bomb. The Ivanhoe Brewery bomb. So now I'm thinking, okay, they're done. They're not coming back. Next thing I know, I see Canna Earth Fest coming up, Lake Eola. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, this girl couldn't even fill up Ivanhoe Brewery on a thirsty Thursday. You know what I mean? Downtown with bars, she couldn't even sell 20 tickets to that. How is this girl going to sell tickets to Lake Eola? So
Yeah.
I was like, yo, whatever, man. Let her crash and burn. But then I saw her recruiting some of my friends as sponsors. So now I'm going around and I'm trying to warn people, don't do it. Bad business, bad business. Like I told you. And then slowly again, I see people doing this. And at that point, you know, when I have friends that are paying money sponsoring, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. What can I really say at that point? And I felt bad because it was like I tried to warn people, man. I really tried to warn people, you know, but I don't want to start no drama. You know, I had some friends that it was almost like, man, because I had blocked her off my page. She had a couple of her friends on my page. It felt like anybody knew that I had talked to. Somehow a week later, they were sponsoring her event. And I'm sure it was unknowingly. You know, it just appeared that she kept grabbing my contacts up. Uh, again, I don't like starting drama. So I'm not going to say, hey, man, why would you sponsor that event? You know? Uh, and again, people had to learn the hard lesson. And I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say this, man, because it's the truth. You know what I mean? Canna Earth Fest, Lake Eola, they had like 20 something sponsors, right? 20 something sponsors. Just imagine the prices those 20 people paid. And it was the biggest robbery in this cannabis community events history. All right. All those vendors, some of the sponsors didn't even show up. The crowd didn't show up. VIP people didn't get their VIP bags. They paid for VIP. They paid to get inside. At some point, it was such a mess that they were just letting people in for free.
Hmm.
You know, the whole event was just dirty, man. It was a scam. And again, I'm going to call it the biggest scam, the biggest robbery in this community's history. And again, I hope in the future, guys, I hope you guys listen to me, man. I just don't talk this shit. You know what I mean? I surround myself with good people. I have good intentions and a good heart. I would never want to see my people in a bad predicament. So in the future, man, when I say, yo, man, don't rock with that, don't rock with that. You know, some people lost some money on that event.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say a part of the game. It's a part of the game, but unfortunately, it's the dirty part of the game, and that seems to be the part of the game that's being exploited the most. Is taking advantage of vendors, sponsors, and
Mm.
people that are have a product or some wares, right? They're trying to get out there and sell stuff, and being taken advantage of in that aspect. So. Um, hopefully lesson learned for all the parties involved, and they don't get burnt again. The Okeechobee Fest,
Yes.
there's another one coming up.
Yes.
We're going to try and make that one.
Yes.
So it seems like they've got some of the right stuff going on there, and hopefully, I know this next event, the first one was just a 1-day event, the next one's a 2-day event, is that correct?
It is a 2-day event, and here's the deal, man. You know, I'm a part of that event as well. That event came about because of the bad situations with the people behind the Canna Earth Fest. Again, I met James from Stay Lifted event there. He was a vendor, and he said to me, "Flex, I'm sick of these people price gouging us to death. You know, I'm sick of people getting taken advantage of. You know, I'm sick of the patients getting taken advantage of, man. It makes me angry, guys. Like people don't know how angry I get about that, man. Sometimes I want to pull up on people sometimes, you know. That's how angry I get when people play with the patients. I don't like it. You know, the program's already tough, man. There are people suffering from severe mental illnesses, you know, and the last thing that people need during these times is to get taken advantage of, especially by a bunch of nobodies and bums that people have never even heard of,
Hmm.
you know. And again, man, I'm not going to let it go down anymore. You know me. You know, I'm one of the realest here, and you know, I'm done letting the patients and people get taken advantage of. But that's what the Okeechobee Fest is, guys. James, my beautiful friend Tiffany, who goes by Cannabelle, they said, hey, because of these other events, Flex, we're gonna put together an event that's for the people and the patients. We're gonna price it super cheap. We're gonna make the VIP super cheap, and that's exactly what they did. They put an event together. The VIP bags were only $8. I mean, the pre-roll alone in there was worth $8. All right, from Cat Piss 407, some other stuff, but I think the tickets were probably like $10, man. And guess what? That event had a legit 2,500 people at the gate.
Wow.
Over 100 vendors. It was a beautiful event, and the future for us is definitely looking bright, man. The next event is going down March. Circus event, Easter 2-day event, and I'm telling you now, man, you can expect a lot bigger.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I think it was Cannabelle that I messaged with online, and maybe some jury nullification talk. Maybe I can get on stage and talk a few minutes about jury nullification and how we can use that to bypass some of these silly laws that are on the books. But um, let's talk about cookies, because the Canna Earth Fest seems like that's done. Um, so let's talk about cookies.
Yes. Uh, and before we move on, man, one final thing I want to say, man, to the Ken Earth Fest people, because I know they're watching. Uh, You know, I didn't really appreciate what you did. All I ever wanted to do was just try to help you build greatness. You know what I mean? And the reason why you got the karma and the things that are going to happen to you is because you didn't want to do it here from the heart. You know what I'm saying? You try to snatch all my people up. You try to snatch my playbook. You know what I mean? But I'm one of a kind. I'm in my own lane. And yeah, you might think you know the formula, but you know they can't do what I do, man. So you know, karma definitely came back around, And I promise you, there will be no more Canna Earth Fest. You will never see another one. You're done here in this community. All right. Don't even bother coming back.
All right. So you got the Cookies hat on.
Yes.
You rep for Cookies now.
Oh man.
Let's talk about how that happened.
Oh man. You watched Interview with the Champ last year, from 2022, and I was hurt, man. Everybody knows the story. I don't have to rehash. Flex, first guy with the Cookies hat, way before they came here. I love this brand. People made fun of me for it. I grinded so hard. They finally came to Florida. I thought I had my chance. Yo, everybody go back and watch the story. If you're that curious to know about the story, watch the story. Because it's a truthful story. And I was very hurt, man. And at that time, you know what I said? That's how I felt. And I wasn't the only one that felt that way. To this day, there's still some people that have felt that way. And now, as I talk about Cookies, those people are slowly seeing that it's not what I had talked about last year. These are different people now, and I'm glad I'm here, and I love these people, man.
So you collaborated with them. I was taking some notes when we were going over this. As I do, I try to keep it professional here on Joe TV. July 31st was the first time you guys collaborated online, and to the point where your work with Cookies brought you to New Jersey to a grand opening up there that Berner was at.
Oh yeah, man, and it's crazy. Before I talk about that again, I just want to say, man, I'm grateful to be back here. You know, I'm super lucky. Because I talked about it years ago. I told people here, I said, yo, one day I'm gonna work for Cookies, man. I'm gonna do something with Cookies. And people didn't believe me, man. It was a dream. And just like the 200 pounds loss and everything else, man, going to get a college degree. Just like everything else, man, I put my mind to, I dream, and I never stop until I reach my dreams, man. So again, um, at that time last year, man, I lost my dream, man, and it hurt. To have something that big come and then you lose it so quickly, man. Uh, I guess the best way to equate it would be whoever your favorite superhero is, man, or whoever your favorite hero is. Imagine waiting your whole life to meet him. You run up and you're like, oh my god, and it's like, yo, kid, today, beat it. You know what I mean? Like you're heartbroken. So again, I am grateful to be here. I love them to death, man. I know they love me back, and I made it to my home. So we're here, baby.
No doubt. So let's talk about Cookies, New Jersey, Berner.
All right, yeah. So Cookies Jersey's opening up, man. That's my home state, of course, and I'm lucky, man, that I do work in multiple states. I'm grateful that I've been around. Part of that's from the military and just meeting people all over the place, but it's my home state, so of course I was going out there. I talked to my boy Big Head was helping me set it up as well. He's a Vibe Tribe member. He was already in the building. I hit up TRP, of course, and they said, "Yo, Flex, we're gonna hit him up, let him know that you're coming. You're one of us." And yo, I went up there, man. I had an excellent time. Shout out to Cookies Jersey, man. Harrison, New Jersey. That's my family up there, man. Those guys love me, and I had such a good time, man, kicking it with Berner.
No doubt. Yeah, it seemed like a great grand opening. I mean, how many people were there? Because from sometimes it's it's hard to tell in videos and pictures because that can be skewed, but it really did seem like hundreds, if not thousands, of people there.
There were so many, I couldn't tell you, man. But the greatest part, I got to take it back a little bit, man. For me, the greatest moment that I had, you know, 10, 12, 13 years prior, for a treatment center, man, for kids from lockup, man. I work with gang kids, street kids, kids that were thrown away by everybody else, man. People thought they were trash and garbage, so it was my job, man, to like help build them back up and make them great again. So when I was up there in line, I'm walking through, and man, I saw a few of them, and it was just a great moment.
No doubt.
So, I got to kick it with my little brothers, man, and just to see them grow, to see where they were at, and they were out there chasing their dreams. I've gone on and I've rocked a couple events with them now, man. Some of them are making their own green juice. Some of them have their own products and tips, man. Some of them are rocking mics out there. They're going to be famous one day. Keep an eye on them. But I had an
Yeah, yeah.
excellent time. Yo, dude, I don't get emotional a lot. I get emotional when I talk about those kids. Because I used to be one of them, and I sat in the same chairs that they did. So it's just great how life comes around full circle.
Yeah, yeah. I can only imagine. I mean, from the way you sound, it is certainly a good feeling, especially when you're helping people, and then years later you can go back and see that the path they took was, you know, maybe not the better path. Who knows where they are, but is better than where they could have been and where they could have ended up. So,
Yeah, man.
obviously, you're thankful for that. That's dope.
No, definitely thankful because listen, man, nobody's perfect in this lifetime. You can have a perfect golden heart, man, and still make mistakes. Don't get it twisted. There's tons of bozos and bums out there, scumbags. Um, but it's okay to make mistakes, man. The mistakes that you make in life don't define you. It's about how you pick yourself back up, man, and how hard you work, man, to prove to society that you paid your debt, and you're not that piece of trash anymore. You're not a piece of shit. You're a productive member of society, man, and you go on to do good things. So I support that. And I salute my little brothers and my little sisters, man, that I am still now in touch with 10 years later, man. They still hit me up for advice. It's really the only family I have. So I just, man, I appreciate that I'm still able to do that.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. Another side of Stoner Bro Flex that not everybody gets to see. You've talked about it before, but
Yeah.
you know, so I'm glad that that happened for you and that we were able to talk about it here. And you know, it's always a good feeling knowing that you can help somebody that maybe didn't have the opportunity to help themselves. So
I don't ever get emotional, man. I don't ever get emotional, but I guess it's all part of like this too, man, because a lot of people don't know what I do. They think I'm just out here and I'm having fun, man. I put in a lot of work behind the scenes, man, just to help people, better people make change. I like the fun stuff too, right? I like to party, man, have fun, blow clouds, but I like to save lives, man. That's the greatest thing because somebody saved my life. I'm just returning the favor. So that's why I do stuff like that. That's why I don't mind not really calling out. I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not trying to embarrass anybody, man. I'm just telling my story. That's what this is all about, man. I'm just telling my story, my year in review. I talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, but I love people, man. I'm just here to help people, and that's my number one mission. If you didn't know that, man, now you know now.
so speaking of New Jersey and the good,
Excellent time.
November is the New York Cannabis Awards, but the Jersey part is you you get to rock with Redman.
Yeah, well, we got to rewind real quick because we talked about Cookies Harrison. We did not talk about actual meeting of Berner.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
let's do that.
yo, meeting Berner was just so sick, right? Because I've been following this brand for so long. I love this brand. You know what I mean? It's a part of my lifestyle. Um, I shouted out. You see how heavy I support it, man. So to meet the guy that created it, man, and there's a lot of celebrities that come through here. And you could just tell, man, they're just here for the buck, man. They just want the buck. That's why they're here. They don't spend that much time with you. They won't let you take a picture. Yeah, I'm not going to name any names. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but they won't even let you take a picture. Um, but that was a big burn, yo. That dude kicked it with every single person, man. Picture, video, smile, man. That guy took time. He was just a regular dude, man. Uh, and again, man, there are people in Florida that love him. There are people from that work at Cookies that love him, like my boy Billy, who manages Cookies Tampa, man. Like he has so much in common with Berner. And I let those guys in Orlando know. I say, yo, if I get the chance to meet Berner, I'm gonna let him know about you guys. So that was one of the big moments for me. I got to introduce Bern to the cam and to the camera, and man, he sent a message to my people out in Orlando, and I just thought that was one of the greatest things. So shout out to Big
Hell yeah.
Bern. We head over to New York after that. Berner has a shake out there with Plant Burger. I'm hanging out with all the famous chefs. Berner. Just go back and look at my story. You'll get to see the little reel. But we were out there, man. I got to kick it with them some more out in New York, and some really good people came through, and I made some really great bonds. So shout out to my New Jersey, New York family, man.
That's what's up. It's always great when I don't know if he's technically a founder or not, but he's certainly one of the main pieces, if not the main piece in Cookies. So for him to, you've got people that go both ways, especially like an artist, a musician, right? We know a lot of artists and musicians, and Ray the Rugged Man. We went to a Rugged Man show, and he's there. Onyx canceled, but he still came through. So there wasn't a whole bunch of people in the actual venue, but he stayed after, kicked it with all his fans, talked with all the fans. He loves the fans. He doesn't just take advantage of the fans. Berner could be one of these guys who just gets the paycheck, moves on to the next big money move. But the fact that he's, down there with the people, that's a great thing to see. And, I don't know who Mr. Air Wellness is, but when you have somebody like Berner represent Cookies, he's the guy with the brand, and he's out there street level type stuff. That speaks a lot, and obviously you can see why they have some of the best flour, some of the best products, and they continue to expand. So
Yeah,
shout outs to
you're out there.
Cookies.
You gotta vibe with the people, man. That's why a lot of these other places they don't get it. Some of these other marketing people from these other places, which was crazy too. Not to rehash, or I'm not even naming people, but you got these people that are in charge. They never even consume weed. They don't even have a medical card, haven't consumed. And in my mind, it's like, wow, like these are the people behind the scenes that are in charge of making decisions about what happens in the cannabis community. And uh just crazy to me. But Burner's a real one. He says in one of his raps, people know him for the weed, not his raps, not his music. And if you haven't listened to any of Burner's music, man, it's classic music, music you could vibe to. And he's the GOAT, man. I'm so honored that I got to meet him, and I know I'm going to see him again this year.
No doubt. And the celebrity didn't want to say the name, that it wouldn't take a picture. It wasn't Nature Boy Ric Flair, was it? That would break my heart. All right.
Again, man, you look up to people as a kid, and then when you see them in real life, they're not. It's different, and I get it, man. especially these days, man. It's like, man, the '90s era has got some real cats, man. If you were like you were hustling in the '90s, you're a real one, man. Like that era was
Yeah,
just real. Like you had to be real. If you weren't real when you stepped outside, man, you got eaten alive. So I don't know what's up with this generation. I try to figure it out, but
no doubt.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. So if we're good to move on from Berner,
Yo, let's do
and
it, man.
let's talk about the New York Cannabis Awards and Redman, because I know there's a whole story why Redman is one of your favorite artists, and he's to you, there's a lot of story behind it. So why don't you get into it?
I'm not going to get into the whole story, man, because some of it's got some personal detail in there. But I will say this, you know, uh, I was a troubled youth, misunderstood, not to even really hash into my history, but I didn't have great supervision as a kid, man. I didn't have the best parents, broken home, you know, food stamp baby. You know what I mean? I got in trouble from a young age. And around the time Redman came out, man, I spent a lot of time in juvenile programs. Redman was one of the first artists that I heard from Jersey, and because just like I rep Florida and I rep cookies, man, I rep where I'm from just as hard. So he was my favorite rapper, and he has really been the soundtrack of my life in a lot of ways. To this day. So uh, I can't believe I got to meet him. I've been to a lot of his shows. I thought one time when he dapped me, he jumped down in the crowd and dapped me. I thought that was the coolest moment ever. But to be kicking it with him like that, man, one of the biggest things that ever happened to me in this lifetime, man. Like a dream come true, another dream come true.
No doubt. Anything you want to speak on the New York Cannabis Awards?
Yeah, excellent time, man. Again, out there with my boy Big Heads, friends for 30 years. Somehow he connected with Vibes. Same time I connect with Cookies. We're attached. And it's just cool, man, that this kid that I met in a program for kids, we grouped up because we were the only ones from South Jersey. So we grouped up and we've been best friends ever since. So to have these moments with your best friend like that, man, it's just crazy. So we're having a good time. Shout out to Big Heads Official. And the Cannabis Awards was super lit. Shout out to All Access USA. We were part of the team. And they're the ones that host all the Cannabis Award shows, Kush Stocks. So, you're gonna start seeing us out at places like that. So shout out to them. New York, Jersey, Tri-State. Amazing time.
No doubt. So the next thing in the timeline, because that was November. If we're moving on from the New York Cannabis Awards, is the Okeechobee Festival where you were the MC. So I know we did get into it. We spoke a lot about it.
Yes. We
What
talked
what
about
else
how
can we say about it? Yeah.
we talked about how it came about.
Mm-hmm.
It came about through, trying to build a better community, a fair community, with a fair system in place, so that vendors, because these vendors are crafters, man. It's not like these guys are like out there making big money. Like these are people, just like a lot of us, man. Income's low. They're at home trying to earn a little money while they can, for whatever reasons, disability, something. So, it's not like they're out there getting rich. That was the purpose of this, trying to create a fair system, a fair community for people, patients, vendors, everybody. So again, uh it was a beautiful event, dude. It was bigger than even I had expected, man. To be honest, like I got there, and then when I saw all the tents popped up, I got up on stage and I just took a look out. It was beautiful. It's the best way I could describe it. uh It should have. It was exactly what Canna Earth Fest could have been, you know,
Yeah.
had they hadn't been so greedy.
Well, again, in a free market, somebody like James can take a situation and look at how Canna Earth Fest failed and what it was that caused them to fail and make something better. So, shout outs to James and Stay Lifted events, and looking forward to the next one in March. And I'm sure it's going to be even bigger and better. So,
Yeah,
props to
man, and
them.
the great and I got to MC the thing, you know what I mean? And it's funny because like a couple months prior, I'm looking at Redman doing it, and then it was like I'm there. I felt like Redman, like, I got to host the thing, and of course, I do my thing, man. I vibe with the people. The people vibe with me. It's my life's always been an open book. I've always been in front of people, I do have anxiety disorder, um, but I'm working through it, man, and I just love people, and I'm just having a good time right now. So I had an amazing time hosting. I got to host the smoke events. The competitions were awesome. The vendors were awesome. It was a great event. Next one, come, come out, see what it's all about. You're gonna have one of the greatest times. All right, I promise.
Hell yeah. Shout outs to Stay Lifted events. Okeechobee, what's it called? The Easter extravaganza or something? Is that what it is?
Extravaganza. It's the Canna Circus.
Canna
Sorry,
Circus.
please
Yeah, yeah.
forgive me. Yeah, yeah, it's the circus.
Yeah, yeah.
And even these guys have creative minds, all right? And James is so great. Like that dude went and built the stage. Like, man, that's so professional too, man. It was an awesome stage. But Tiffany, she's got great creativity, and man, she's gonna do big things in this community, man. Definitely keep an eye on her. She's going to be growing at a nice rate. So big shout out to them, man. Some of the best people I know, and I'm grateful that I'm with them. Finally for once, man, I paired up with some people, and they're actually doing it right, and I enjoy it, and I can't wait to see how far they take it. And I'm always grateful to be a part of it, man. I'm an OG.
Yeah, for sure. And I know the hemp hero was here earlier in the chat. I'm not
That's
sure
my
if he's
boy,
tuned
man.
in. So shout outs to Wayne, the Florida cannabis chef, aka the hemp hero. And I mean, he's only has great things to say about James and Stay Lifted. So
Yeah,
and it's awesome to work with creative minds because that's how you flourish and make something bigger and better every time. So I'm excited to hear about that. And um, learn more about the event, and I think we're going to try and be a part of it. So, uh,
no,
anything else we
definitely.
want to talk about on the Okeechobee Festival?
No, that's over. That's pretty much it. You see me posting. I rock with them. You're going to see me a part of this event as well. I'm always going to be a part of their events. I believe in them and I love them. They're good people. So salute to them. And I look forward to the future again.
Yeah, yeah, and I see Coach Bree is here as well. So shout out to Coach Bree and everybody that's still tuned in watching
I can't
Interview
see
with the
anyone's
Champ.
names. Yeah, I can't see anyone's names. I can't see comments either, guys. I do have some visual impairment. The lights mess with my eyes. I'll be squinting. Dro, you can read them out if there's any. Please ask questions, guys, when we finish up here.
Yeah, yeah. Ask your questions, or just throw in some likes, some hearts, some fires, some smoke. You know what the deal is. Crazy Legs has been commenting as well.
Yo,
So,
that's my boy right
uh,
there, man. He's one of the OGs. I've known he's literally one of my day one people. Like that guy has seen me this whole time. And real quick, right? Because we're over an hour right now. I don't know how long this thing goes. Yo, shout out to everybody that's been here this whole time. And you guys are some real ones. I really tried to be fair when I was talking here. I really, again, I'm not malicious. So I'm just telling my story. But I love everybody, man. I love everybody, man. All right. Unless you really did something to me personal. Uh, but Crazy Legs, one of the defining moments. This is what I wanted to bring up because it really resonated. Like when I left that event, I've thought about what he has said multiple times. I'm glad he's here right now. I was sitting at the table with him, And he actually said to me, like, yo, Flex, man, like you're a real one. And he basically said, yo, you've never changed. You've never changed, man. You've been the same the whole way through. And man, that really resonated, because it's true, man. And I don't know who else notices that kind of stuff, but from a very young age, man, I've been structured. You know what I mean? I don't ever deviate structure. You, you know, um, I'm always the same. I don't ever change, man. I love hard. If I don't like you, man, I don't like you. If we're in the same room though, you're not gonna know I don't like you. Even if you know I don't like you, because I'm gonna smile and show you love, man. And that's just what it is. I am a professional above anything else, but other than that, man, I don't do drama. And dramas, don't even bring it near me because I'm not with it.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
All right, so let's keep it moving. I know we are over an hour, so definitely appreciate everybody that's been tuned
Yeah.
in. Make sure you subscribe to Dro TV on YouTube, but also Flex. I know you've talked about this building up the YouTube channel in 2024. So make sure you also go down and subscribe to StonerBro Flex on YouTube, and we're gonna make some things happen in 2024 with the YouTube as well. Um, let's move on to the Feed the Homeless event.
Oh yeah, man. All right. Feed the homeless. It's fresh here. A lot of people that are here know about it. I won't go too deep into it. We know what it is. It's not just here, it's everywhere, man. It's hard for me. I go to stores anymore. Everyone's asking for money. And you could tell, man, you could tell who needs it and who doesn't. You could tell, you know, I I have a you could tell who needs it and who doesn't. And there's so many people out there on the streets living in tents and they're hungry, man. So I did the Feed the Homeless event. I am just super grateful because I think I raised last time like only $70. Of course I match it, and I'm grateful for that. This time around, with me, and I don't even know if I could even match the whole thing, but together there's like three. I did match the Cash App, but we raised $600 together. And I went to the
Damn.
dollar store and I put together 45 diesel bags, Christmas bags. I had help with some beautiful friends here. I had people that donated food, I4 Chapman, NWO organization, Cayley Square was the center in Orlando that allowed us to do this. And we also had a toy drive for the kids on the inside. So, you know, um, I just don't do stuff in the weed community, man. I'm out here in the streets doing stuff in the community, above anything else, man. That's the number one thing that I do. I'm always trying to give back. So,
No doubt.
uh, beautiful event, man. I'm out there hugging people, man. No different. I don't care what the situations are. You know what I mean? I'm out there hugging people. I had a good time. Everything got used up. If you're watching this at some point, next time, we do the next donation, please, guys, like, if you can't donate money, drop off some clothes because they used up every single pair of clothing that we had out there, man. They definitely need it. I thank you guys for that. You're all beautiful. You guys are angels. And they say what comes around goes around. And if you helped out with that or anything that you do in life, man, good karma will come back around.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you said you can't see the comments in the chat. Millie just checked in to say what's up. So shout outs to Millie, Pluto
Millie,
Fitness.
Millie's one of my original friends that came. We're still friends after the Stoner Girl stuff. As a matter of fact, when all that stuff went down again, not to rehash, a lot of the good people, man, and I'm thankful, man, because people really could have been followers. People could have said, "Hey, they got a big buzz and blah 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 blah," but people have brains and they could see what it was. And I really did get some good friends out of that, the Evans and the Hillarys and the Sarahs and so many beautiful people. And Millie's one of those. So uh, thanks for rocking with me.
Yeah.
All right.
So kind of wraps up 2023. I guess before we talk about your goals and future plans for 2024, I need to briefly mention you and I did a segment for my Mike's in the Garden channel, so I want to encourage everybody to go check that out. I think it was pretty dope. We
Yes.
walked around my garden, just ate a whole bunch of food fresh right off the vine. So you guys can go to Mike's in the Garden on YouTube and check out Flex in the Garden. That was the name of the episode. So you could probably just type
Flex in
that
the
into
garden.
YouTube and check out Flex in the Garden. So I know we had a great time shooting that, and I think the episode came out well. It's one of the most viewed episodes on my channel. So Flex always brings the heat. So.
And it's funny, man, because I'm out of my element, guys, and that's the thing about me, and I try to encourage that for people. I always do stuff that's out of my element because I'm learning this through therapy right now, right? We all have some mental issues going on, and I'm learning in therapy it's not easy, and I do feel out of place at times, because I'm like Rocky. I tell people I'm like Rocky Balboa, I'm and I can be a little out there sometimes. I don't blend in with some things. However, I will try anything, because I feel like that's how you step out of your shell. If you never attempt to do anything, you're never gonna make any progress. In your pursuit for happiness. All right, don't ever be afraid to step out of your shell, guys.
Yeah, it's growth. That's how you grow as a human.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely agree, and I think more people need to. It's not easy, especially if you have social anxiety or it's difficult to, even if you're a weed person, go into a weed event. You can still have all kinds of social anxiety, but um, I've learned, just like yourself, that uh, little by little, the more you go out there, put yourself out there, opportunities happen, doors open, and it makes life easier because you've overcome those obstacles, and now the next time a situation presents itself, you can think back and the experience you had before, and it's a lot easier to not get stuck in the doldrums, so to say, and and crush it and move on, which I guess leads us to goals for 2024 and what the outlook is.
Take this dab hit real quick, man. I figured take this dab hit. That way I can take a quick second to reflect here on
Yeah,
my
you take
goals.
that dab hit. I gotta grab a water real quick. I'm gonna be back in 5 seconds, everybody. So you watch Flex hit that dab. He's gonna contemplate on goals for 2024, and I'm gonna be back in 1 second. Thank you.
This tastes
Grab
so
my
good.
water.
This is Bikini Z guys cookies, man. Cookies has some of the hottest products in this whole entire state. All right, I'm
Is
gonna
that the
take a
live rosin, or what are you dabbing on? Some concentrate?
yeah, this is concentrate. Hold on, let me grab
Okay.
it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it here. Let me see. I don't think they'll be able to see it here. I'm gonna post a picture here. But this
I
is
can see it. I
beautiful.
mean, it's not 100% detailed, but yeah, you post
Yeah,
a picture of that for sure.
yeah. This is Pineapple Z. It's Sunday brunch and Z Skittles. All right, Nature's Lab extracts, of course, man. Smokers, the hottest in the game. All right, and this is going to be like a tropical pineapple smoothie almost. All right, this tastes great, guys. This stuff that they have tastes great. All right, give it a shot, man.
I'm still fucking with my black market wedding pie here. So
Yeah, I want to get you the card, man. We got to work on that. I know you have your reasons. However, man, I want you to be able to come into my spot and do your thing too, man. You know, which leads us to our next thing. Goals for the new year.
yes, let's get into it.
All right, so I know, big shout out to everybody still here, man. 73 minutes, that's crazy. I don't know who's gonna watch this on the replay. The people that are here are some real ones. I love you guys to death. Let me know what I could do for you as a repayment just for hanging out with me. I don't know, man. I love you guys. You guys are some real ones. Um, going into the future for me, I had an amazing year, guys. Just a couple of things that I talked about that I was disappointed about. Again, man, I'm not angry at anybody. It's just me telling my story. Disappointments, um, nothing that was heartbreaking, nothing that stopped my flow, nothing that made me say, "Man, f these people." I kept it moving. In my mind, the more you sit still, um, man, the more your mind starts to work. And then you start thinking of the worst stuff, and now you're stuck in your own head. So the best advice is when stuff isn't going your way, man, you pack up your bag. Don't complain about it. You pack up your bag and you keep it moving. And as you keep it moving, man, you're in forward progress, and that's going to get you right to your dream, man. And again, all you got to do is believe in yourself. So uh the future for me, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to focus on my brand. You know what I mean? Going into the new year, I'm going to be doing all my hot reels for them, all my content for them. You know what I mean? I'm going to represent them. I love them that much. I believe in them. Their products are fire, man. So that's one of my goals, man. Keep doing what I'm doing now. I definitely plan on doing an event or two. Definitely myself. People have been asking Flex, when's your event coming? And I will be working on something later on. All right. Stay tuned for that. Uh, Correspondence with Dro TV. So, as you guys know, I rock with Dro TV. You know what I mean? StonerBro Flex is a correspondence at times. So, Dro's been working on his garden. We're bringing him back into the weed community, and I am going to join him, and we are going to tag team on a few things together. Let him know what we're going to do.
We're working on a game show right now, and I think it's gonna be pretty dope. We got to work out some more details, but Flex will be the host of the game show, and yeah, we've got some more collaborations in the future, and Flex is going to be out there being a correspondent for Dro TV, so I'm excited to announce that too.
Yeah, you're a good guy, man. You took a chance with me when you were brand new. I come up to you with this idea, yo, have all this stuff going on, man. Would you let me tell my story on your platform? I mean, you took a big risk with me, and I appreciate you for letting me speak my word because honestly, no one knows what goes on here, man, unless somebody tells them.
Hmm.
And again, I come from a good heart. Like you've known me now for a long time. Like not just doing stuff like this. Like I've been to your house. We've hung out outside of here. Like I mean, you know what it is, man. So again, man, I'm just going to continue doing what I do, spreading my love, motivating people, inspiring people. I'm going to post more gym content, man. I think I'm going to start showing up to people's gyms this year, man. I'm going to help people get motivated, get in there.
I like that.
I'm going to make house calls, man. If you guys want to work out with Flex, man, I'm going to set that up for you in the new year. Stuff with Dro TV, cookies, of course. And hopefully I'll be hosting an MC at most events, man.
I love it. All right, almost 80 minutes, Flex. I appreciate it. I'm glad we were able to do this and do it our way on, YouTube Live. And I know we had another situation that didn't quite work out where we were going to try and do this, but I think that's what made this so great tonight, where we are now with our people watching. So I'll let you wrap it up. Take us out.
Well, I will say this. I appreciate you so much, and you know what? I'm glad that we got here to this moment. I'm glad we're doing this YouTube because in the future, I'm moving to YouTube. I'm moving over to Twitch, man. Shout out to my boy Stay Green, East Coast Visuals, their studio, man. I was on Twitch the other night, man. I had a great time over there. That's going to be my new thing, I think. But um, I appreciate you so much. You're a great guy. I'm glad we have this friendship, and I'm excited to see what we do with the future. We're definitely going to bring the fun like it's supposed to be. Um, as far as everything else, man, I want to thank everybody, man. I want to thank Big Heads. I want to thank all my friends, man, my true friends. They know who they are, man. There's so many people that are my true friends. They know who they are. You know, I thank you guys for always being by my side, believing in me, um, coming to me when you need help. You know, allow me to come to you when I need help. I can't thank you enough. Of course, all the supporters. I can't get back to everybody. I try my best. I'm so busy. I love everybody. I honestly do, man. And I can't wait to see you guys at all the events. You ever see me, man? You guys are all welcome in my cipher. You guys already know what the vibe is. Last but not least, my family, my friends, Cookies, man, and TRP, Daniel from TRP, man, Billy, Lydia, Orlando, but TRP, man, those guys saved my life. I love them to death. Thanks for giving me my platform and respect. Finally, let me do my thing, and stay tuned because next year it's going to be bigger. 15 stores, man. I hope you guys get a location near you so you can get the true gas here in the state. And much love and respect to everybody. All right. We're going to keep it moving. 2024 is going to be that year, man. The year we elevate to greatness, me and my people. And I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for being you, Flex. And make sure, if you haven't already, go down and subscribe to Dro TV. And absolutely make sure you subscribe to StonerBro Flex. Maybe this is something that happens more often. So, all right, my friend, I'm going to go watch some football with the girl. And
Yo, sorry we went over, man. I might have rambled a little bit. I was just trying to rush, man. This was the first time we did this. Last time was more edited. This is more natural. I just wanted to make sure I covered my points. But again, thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. And stay tuned, man. We're bringing way more hot content. All right, Ethan, eat with the trees, man. Kip, Cookies. I love you guys.
awesome. Peace out, everyone. Flex, I love you, my brother. We'll talk again soon.
I love you back, man. I love everybody here, man. I love you guys to death.
All right. Happy New Year, everybody. That's it. Thanks for watching Dro TV.